Yeah, it's an extreme thing.
It's the most extreme Agera yet, right?
Yes, most extreme Koenigsegg, I guess, ever.
Wow. Beautiful run.
And I think we have, there's no one better to show us this when out into that one. And this is Christian. So, please, ladies and gentlemen, back on stage, Christian for Koenigsegg, and you tell us something super special.
Yes, this is a secret we are unveiling today. This is a special project for Dr. Mohammed bin Sulayem. This is his Agera RS. He's the chairman of the FIA, for those who don't know. And he's had this car for quite a few years, and then he challenged Koenigsegg and myself like 2.5, 3 years ago if we could do a very special project with this one of his favorite Koenigseggs. And we started debating and discussing what we could do, and it became wilder and wilder, the ideas, and we were at the moment in the development phase of the first CC850 prototype we saw, and he offered us to use this as part of the development program for the CC850, because you see it has that kind of shifter in it.
Oh!
And this is, of course, an Agera RS is always paddle shift.
Yes.
And the thing with this shifter also requires the LST transmission of the Jesko and the CC850, and that LST transmission sort of requires a more modern engine than the RS had, so it has a derivative of a Jesko engine, which in turn meant we needed to redo the whole rear end of the car to be a mix and match between this is an older car, so it's not automatic.
Johan, it's not automatic, just
That's
let you know.
only Regera and forwards.
Yeah.
This is more analog.
I knew that, by the way, just for the record. So if I want to become the spokesman up, anyway.
Yeah, so it's the rear end of the car is really a mix of Regera, Jesko, Agera RS, CC850. It's like suspension components mixed together with things, and we had to redo the whole electrical system in the car to match the older electronics, the newer electronics and program. But most importantly, it gave us the chance to test drive this system early and gave us a chance to give Dr. Ben Sulayem a very unique one-off Koenigsegg car. And I'm here with Dr. Ben Sulayem's son here to represent him today. Thank you very much for coming.
A big welcome, Ahmed, to join us. Thank you very much from far away, I would say. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so great pleasure. And it's first time we unveil it. And tonight, please come in. Tonight there will be two channels which will broadcast on YouTube test drives of this car. It's Top Gear and Mr. JWW. So please watch out for that. It's a really exciting thing. So what is different to any other car we've ever made with the CC850, for example, is that this retained the paddles from the Agera RS. So here you can choose going from manual to automatic to paddle shift while driving seamlessly. And that turned out to be much more interesting than we thought. We didn't plan to offer the paddles for the CC850 because we thought it was kind of a good idea to have automatic and manual, and that's enough. And in many ways it is. Automatic you tend to use with these cars downtown, driving slowly, maybe driving around here, or in a traffic jam or on the highway. If you're bored, you put it in automatic, you have a 9-speed automatic. Manual is so amazing on open roads, mountain roads. We were on the Dolomites with 30 Koenigseggs a couple of weeks ago, and the manual function in the mountains, when you see the corner coming, you go from third to second, you feather the clutch, you can sort of use the clutch as a part of your driving experience to drive smoother than automatic or paddle shift actually, and it's more engaging, and the car is no better than you're a driver, and it becomes really the exoskeleton experience that manuals actually achieve because you become one with the car more. But what we noticed is when you hit the track with the car, you want to have both hands on the steering wheel, and you want that just safe, secure, simple shifting, fast shifting to be maximum performance and maximum safety. So actually we've figured out all three are quite good to have. So this car resulted us in offering now the only option on the CC850, which is now combining this shift mechanism with also paddle shift. Otherwise, there are no options on the CC850. You have a couple of colors to choose from on the exterior, a couple of colors to choose from the interior, so that's very unusual for Koenigsegg. But the reason why we did that on the CC850 was because it's a homage to the original CC8S, which only came in those colors. But now, the first option for that car is also adding paddle shift for those who wants to track the car and have maximum attack possibility.
It's a Chimera, so because you really fusion all the good things in that.
Yeah, this was Mohammed's idea.
Yes.
Maybe you want to tell how you came up with the idea?
Yes, that would be very. Ahmed, if you just say some words, why this is so important for you to have this change of cars in the family.
I'll be very honest. Like the story of this car is I was involved in it, and hearing that talk, Mr. Koenigsegg, like my dad's with the power plant, and the the 850 was released, and I've seen the transmission on that one, and me, just ask him. I call it a Chimera, I call it a Dick. Please ask him if he can just do it. And then he took the challenge, and he actually
Richard, you love kind of challenges.
created a monster.
Yeah.
And the name was the best and fitting name for it.
100%.
It's a fusion of
Animals,
DNAs,
right?
Yes.
DNAs of different animals
Yes.
in one organism, which is this monster, which is the sponsor.
How many horsepower?
It's 1600 horsepower, and given that this is a smaller platform, it's actually a shorter monocoque than our newer cars. It's a little bit more compact interior, so the wheelbase is 50 millimeters shorter than the Jesko or the CC850. This one has 19-inch wheels in the front, 20 in the rear. So the more modern cars have 20-21. This means also the brakes are a little bit smaller, but that is fine because the car is smaller and lighter. So it's the most powerful per weight rate, and it doesn't have so much robotization, of course. Not that it's so heavy, but it adds a bit of weight. And then it's not electric seats and things like that. So it is a very, very lightweight car with 1600 horsepower. So it's the best power to weight ratio we've ever done, which means it's something very extreme, I would say.
I would say it's a very extreme execution of what you can do nowadays, also with all the road and safety regulations and things like this. So this shows again that, I mean, we talked about this the whole weekend. It's such an advantage to be a real manufacturer, to be on your own, not depending on someone, and having a great support. And I mean, Dr. Ben Sulaim is a race driver himself. He knows also what it is. He passed it on to Ahmed in the way of the passion for cars. And I think that shows why there must be brands like Koenigsegg around to make automotive dreams and visions become reality. And I would like to remind you, we had this talk saying making the impossible possible. Right. The Chimera is making the impossible possible. So thank you very much, everyone. I think if there's something is to add, I would just like to close this, and I would say, listen, this is Aurora, this is Koenigsegg, and all combined brings up very good things. So thank you very much.
Exciting. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
And Ahmed, thank you very much for joining us. Just to do the car. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Christian, and thank you, JP. It's really a one-off car, this one, and it's been one of Koenigsegg's most popular platform, the Agera platform, and especially the RS. And now I'm mixing all the different parts. The Jesko, from the Regera, and the transmission from the CC850 into this. It's truly brilliant. Koenigsegg has two special cars, the CC GT, the racing car, and now this Chimera, and it's the first time on wheel. That's what we like. At the Aurora in Båstad, Sweden.
I mean, if I see a Dubai number plate, it truly shows how international the love for cars is. And I think that's absolutely magical. And this is also why we're here, because we like to bring the world up here to Blasted, up here to Aurora.
Absolutely. I mean, this weekend has just been magical, and the weather has sort of been with us the whole weekend, and today it just blossomed out in the sunshine with all the wonderful people, and we get to unveil a world premiere of something completely unbelievable. Difficult for us to have created, actually. So we're very proud about that, and thank you for all for joining us for this.
And I mean, what have we saw? We saw a speed record car going to festival speed now, the Jesco. We saw the world premiere here, and I think that's very, very amazing. And thank you very much for the ongoing support of you. And we will close this session with a little sneak into the rest of the world later on. So please bear with us before we close the gates. But thank you very much for being here. And I think we can just jump into this if you want to.
Absolutely.
So, as we're here, so please send a rest of our glory over, please.
Hästar nu reagerar.
Så är det. Det var för mycket flugor här för att filma i boken.
Vill du säga något på engelska om den? Okej, Christian. 1600 horsepower in an Agera.
Yeah, who would have known, right?
1-to-1 was too slow?
No, not really. Just sort of happened to be from its own will or something.
And tell us about the gearbox.
It's LST, of course, and with a manual shifter option together with valve. So one of a kind, unique, two-headed beast Chimera.
And the top speed is even higher than Agera RS?
Yeah, well, it's all, of course, up to the tires in the end. So, yeah, I mean, it has more gears and more power, I guess.
And fast shifts?
Yeah. This is, of course, a one-off car, so it's not like a production car from that sense. But yeah, it's an extreme thing.
It's the most extreme Agera yet, right?
Yes, most extreme Koenigsegg, I guess, ever.
Wow. Beautiful run. Agera är vackrast alltså. Den CC850.
Are you sure? I think you have a lot of cheese here as well, to be honest. Thank you very much for taking time. And as I said, we're going to see each other next year. So thank you very much. And this is the closing of the Aurora 2024. Thank you very much.
The